Around 38 million years ago, South Dakota's forests were home to giant creatures. These animals were about 2.5 meters tall, 5 meters long, and weighed nearly 3 tons. They were massive, like elephants, but more closely related to horses. These creatures were called Megacerops coloradensis, part of a group known as Brontotheres, or thunder beasts. Despite their huge size, Brontotheres started out much smaller, with ancestors the size of a border collie. Over 20 million years, Brontotheres grew significantly larger. This rapid growth raises an important question: why did these animals get so big? Paleontologists have been trying to figure this out for more than a century. A famous idea called Cope's rule suggests that species tend to get bigger over time. Edward Drinker Cope, an American paleontologist, believed that animals generally increase in size because being bigger has survival advantages. Larger animals are better at defending against predators, fighting for mates, and catching larger prey. Bigger animals might also have larger brains, which could help them survive. However, today, we don't see all animals getting bigger. In fact, some large animals from the past, like giant sloths and deer, are now extinct. The biggest animal ever is the modern blue whale, not a prehistoric one. This makes us wonder if Cope's rule is truly correct. For many years, scientists assumed the rule was accurate, but they've since criticized it. Not all species follow the trend of getting bigger, and evolutionary changes take millions of years, making it hard to find clear patterns. Even animals that seem to follow the rule closely, like pterosaurs, the largest flying creatures, show more complexity. While their size increased toward the end of their reign, they stayed small for the first 70 million years. This shows that size doesn't always increase steadily. But what about the Brontotheres? Their size increase seems to fit Cope's rule perfectly. They started off as small, dog-sized animals and grew to be as large as rhinoceroses or elephants within 20 million years. This rapid growth happened in several places, like North America and Asia. Species like Megacerops are some of the most famous of these giant Brontotheres. Cope himself studied their fossils, but did they really follow his rule? To answer this, researchers in 2023 analyzed 276 fossils from 57 Brontothere species. They used computer models to test 3 possible scenarios for their size increase. One scenario was Cope's rule, suggesting a gradual size increase over time. 2 other scenarios proposed that size increased in steps or that the size changes were random. They found that the third scenario was the best fit. The Brontotheres didn't just get bigger over time. Instead, their size increased because larger species tended to survive better in less crowded environments. In the early Eocene, ecosystems were recovering after the extinction of dinosaurs. Smaller mammals struggled in crowded niches, while larger species had fewer competitors. This made it easier for larger Brontotheres to survive, while smaller species went extinct. So, instead of a steady trend toward bigger animals, the Brontothere evolutionary tree branched in many directions. Smaller species sometimes evolved but were less successful and often went extinct. Over time, this created the illusion that there was a constant trend toward giant sizes.